Hey YouTube, Retro Duck back here again. This is another video taking a look at Tru-Tone's Christmas light bulbs. So in the last video, I talked about the existing C9 lights that I had from Tru-Tone. I've had those for a few years now and just kind of gave my high-level thoughts and impressions of using those after a couple seasons. So check that video out if you haven't seen it. I've since ordered some additional products from Tru-Tone, and they've just arrived from UPS today. So I thought we'd kind of do an unboxing here. I've got a couple of boxes, this one here and another one off camera that's much larger. I may not be able to get that one in frame, but I want to unbox these. I've got, it should be their C7 Jeweltone lights, like the complete light sets. And then I've got a new type of C9 bulb that they have for this year, and we'll take a look at that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. And yeah, they do a really nice job. I love their packaging tape here with their logo on it. That looks really cool. And then I don't, on the other box that I got, they'll usually write like a little note, you know, thank you and your name on it. So that's a nice touch. Always appreciate when, you know, when you get a little comment from the vendor like that. But let's go ahead and I'm going to cut into this. And let's check it out here. All right. Okay, so packaging is pretty good here. They did a good job protecting everything. Nothing is loose. So let me, there's a lot of packing material here. Throw that off to the side. And all right, okay. So yeah, this one I'm really excited about is the C7 Jeweltone light set that I ordered from Tru-Tone. So I mean, right off the bat, like, the boxes for the C9 bulbs are pretty cool, but I think this is, like, the best example of their packaging that they have. It's so, like, I love the retro theme of it. Tru-Tone, classic light set, you know, authentic color with bright, warm glow. These are the Jeweltones. So we'll take a look at these, but basically these are the transparent bulbs. And they're the C7 size, so again, slightly smaller compared to the larger C9 bulbs. And then, yeah, this is the complete light set. So it's the bulbs and then also their light strings, which I'm interested to take a look at. You know, for the outside, I make my own like custom links so I can get like perimeters around like my garage and my roof line and windows. You know, hopefully can show that off, but I didn't want to do that. The cordage for that is like really stiff, and I don't think it would be a great. It would be great to use the custom, that like SPT2 is what it's called, SPT2 wiring for my Christmas tree, just because it is a little bit stiffer, so it'd be kind of hard to like weave in and out of the Christmas tree branches. So I think they're the strings that this light set comes with are probably going to be much better for the job, and they're kind of this two-tone effect. So we'll take a look at it, but it's like this green, kind of light green, dark green pattern. They also have there's a red and green pattern. They don't have that. They have that in the there's the option to get the red and green wiring for the 10 pack, but I didn't see an option for the 25 set of lights for the red and green, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, Tru-Tone, if you know, maybe consider offering that as well, because I think I'd probably lean a little bit more towards the red and green wiring for the Christmas tree. But anyway, I'm just gonna show. I'm gonna take this box out of here so I can get a little bit of a better view here. That's a lot better. But yeah, this packaging is so cool. Like, I'm one to kind of hold on to the boxes and things like that, so I'm definitely gonna try and take care of this. It's a little, it's not the same as like their cardboard here that they use on the C9 bulbs. Like, this is like a thicker like paper stock. I don't know what you call that. This is a little bit of a thinner stock, and it has like sort of a wax texture, but it still feels like pretty nice. And so yeah, the packaging like that, and then wow, look at that, it just flips open. So yeah, I love it's so cool the way they do this. Superior LED Christmas bulbs that look just like vintage, incandescent. Trust genuine Tru-Tone bulbs for your holiday decorating. And then they've got kind of the product features there: traditional glass, the Tru-Tone filament, and information about the energy consumption. But yeah, these look, I kind of like the shape of these better than the C9s. I like the C9s because they're a little bit bigger, but I do like, this has like a little bit more of a unique shape, these C7 bulbs. And the wiring here is, yeah, nice and flexible, which I think will be a big benefit for my tree. But yeah, I love the window there, so you can see them in the packaging there. I like that a lot. So let me see if I can pull these out. All right, so here's the full set. Again, already attached to the stringer. These are the Jeweltone colors. I think it's going to be like it should be a Jeweltone red, Jeweltone green color, orange. I think it's like a pink or a magenta color, and then a blue. And yeah, I'm really excited to plug these in and see what they look like. But yeah, 25 of the bulbs. And then the wire, again, nice and flexible. I like the two-tone design. And then the plugs, the female socket and the male socket here, yeah, kind of that brown color looks pretty cool. And then they've got some stuff that's tied in here. But I also like the little, they've included a little cardboard end piece on the bulb. So that's pretty cool. Again, gives, kind of lends to that vintage feel. And then so they're on this cardboard tray, so I'm pretty sure they have a video on like how you can repackage these, and I'm gonna try and attempt that after the holiday season is over, just because I think it would be nice to re-unbox these season after season for as long as they're for as long as I have them. But yeah, love the packaging on these. Super cool to look at. I think they're almost half of the fun of the Tru-Tone products. There's the back of the box. And I got multiple of these actually. So my tree's about 7.5 feet. And I think there's only 25 lights in this set. So I'm gonna need, I got a few, I think 5 or 6 different sets just to see if I can be able to do my tree. So that is that's the Jeweltone light sets. There was a few in that box, and I'm gonna attempt to see if I can get this other box in there. So you can see there's they leave you a little note here, but yeah, this other one that I have is the bigger box, and I suspect that it contains the rest of the light sets and the other product that I ordered. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this all into frame. Apologies, but I'll pull it out just as I get them. Yeah, just a few more of the light sets to complete that, the tree. And then here's the other item that I thought that we could take a look at. This is the other thing that I ordered, just a single box of the C9 bulbs. And what's different about these is, well, let's look at the boxes together, right? Can you tell the difference? All All right, so pretty similar boxes. They're both the C9 bulbs, and I got them in the Candleglow. But there is something different about the ones that I ordered. And you can see right here on the front. So this is the existing Candleglows that I have. They're the clear glass C9, so this is a 25 set. These are the new product that they're offering on their website for the Candleglows, and that is the shatterproof Dura-Bulb. So I believe these are some sort of like plastic or polycarbonate, and I'm not sure if it's the full bulb or if there's like a coating over glass. I'm not quite sure, but let's see. There's some information on the back here. So shatterproof polycarbonate, and yeah, everything, you know, basically everything else is about the bulb is the same. But yeah, I think I wanted to try these out and compare them to the glass bulbs that I have, because like I mentioned in my previous video, I have just a couple of bulbs that I had just, you know, like because they like slipped out of my hand, or I wasn't careful enough when I was packaging them, putting them back in the box. I unfortunately like shattered the glass. So, you know, this might be, I'm just interested to try these, right? Like, what do I think compared to the glass? And yeah, they look like the shape is slightly different to me. Let me do this side by side with the glass Candleglows that I have. Let's pull out. So, okay, so on my left hand, this is the glass Candleglow bulb, and then on the right we've got the new Dura-Bulb, which is basically like a polycarbonate shatterproof bulb that they have, right? So if you're worried about accidentally breaking your Christmas light bulbs, you know, these Dura-Bulb ones might be the ticket. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think they're hard to kind of like, at first glance, I would have a hard, it'd be hard for me to kind of tell them apart. If I look at the base of the bulb a little bit more, just where the filament meets the base there, I can see a bit of that polycarbonate and like how it's kind of formed on the bulb. So that's kind of the only tell for me. If you can kind of see there at the bottom, there's a little bit more like polycarbonate material, but like otherwise they look about the same, and the shape's pretty, yeah, the shape is pretty much the same. Maybe the Dura-Bulbs are slightly wider. I'm not sure. We're kind of, yeah, I don't think that there's much of a difference there. So for all intents and purposes, they basically look the same. So yeah, excited to kind of test these out. I don't think, do they sound any different? You kind of clink them together. Not really. But yeah, excited to try these out. Yeah, we'll plug them in and see how they compare. The main thing I'm kind of curious about these polycarbonate bulbs. I live in Colorado, so I think due to the altitude here, we get a little bit more UV exposure, maybe compared to the rest of the country. So, given that these are a plastic or a polycarbonate, I'm curious. I think I saw somewhere that there's like they've got UV stabilizers in them, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to probably, for some of the clear ones that I've already installed outside for this season, I'm going to replace some of those with these Dura-Bulbs and just kind of observe if being exposed to the sunlight and the high UV here changes these bulbs at all. Does it, you know, for these clear ones, do they yellow at all, or kind of get discolored like you might see other types of plastics because of UV? Or, you know, just kind of see if they hold up, right? Like that could be the one trade-off I'm thinking about, right? If they're an improvement on durability compared to the standard glass, like is there do you have a trade-off there in terms of like, will the bulbs discolor? The other thing is I was double checking the website, and I don't know if they're probably going to offer these these Dura-Bulbs for like the classic color, the solid color sets, or maybe even the Jeweltone variation for these C9s. I didn't see them unless I overlook them, but they seem to have like the configurator. You can choose the Dura-Bulb option for the Candleglow, so maybe they're just starting with these ones. So we'll see. But for the colored ones, like if they eventually do roll them out to the classic color or the jewel tones, again, how will they be affected by like UV light? You know, if you're putting them on outdoors, like will they discolor? Will the color fade? Time will tell. But yeah, initial thoughts are these look pretty much identical. And if you're worried about breaking the bulbs or shattering them, then this might be a good option to do. So I'm gonna put these away for a second, and then we're gonna go and put them plug the lights in, and then get a better view of the jewel tones and these new Dura-Bulbs. All right, so I'm back now. I've got the C7 Jeweltone light set, the complete light set. I got it plugged in. So we'll take a look at these and see how they look. Go ahead and turn them on. And yeah, let me turn this light off. And yeah, right off the bat, I think the color that these put out is really, really impressive. Yeah, they're super vibrant, and I love the translucent bulb just gives it such a cool effect. Yeah, the filaments, they're like really pleasant to look at up close. I mean, they're definitely, you can tell they're not incandescent necessarily, but that's all right. I think the color that these put off is really, really nice. I think the red bulb here, let's see if I can take this out. Don't want to break it. So there's the red one. Yeah, a lot more vibrant to my eyes. So hopefully the camera can pick this up a little bit. Yeah, I love the shape of these is really cool. So there's the red. Take a look at that up close. These ones also have their little logo on there. A little bit smaller, so I think it's hard to see. You can kind of see it there. But there's the red. Let's check out the green here. Do my best not to damage the packaging. There's the green. So again, really like this one. Pretty vibrant. In person, I think these are really, really impressive. So I hope, I would just say, like, if you're judging off of like what you see on the camera, it's a lot more impressive in person. But there's the green. Orange. Okay. Very nice. All right. And this is, I don't know what to call this. I guess like, is that like magenta? I think on camera it's like it's a little bit harder to tell. This is the red. Yeah, and this one's the pink. I guess I'll just call it pink. Or like magenta, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this one's pretty nice. Yeah, it looks great. And then finally the blue. And I think this is the color that people always gripe about on the other LED sets, you know, before Tru-Tone and others kind of came around, was blue light being very harsh, but these are really pleasant, I think. Very nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to try these out on my Christmas tree this year. The wiring, that's another thing. These are some sort of like, yeah, vinyl jacketed or like plastic coated wires. You know, a decent thickness, but the way that they have these braided makes them just the lights really, really flexible. So I think it's going to be a lot easier to kind of string these on a tree versus, like I said previously, you know, I use that like thicker SPT2 wire is what they call it for the outdoors. That has a thicker insulation. It's a thicker wire, but it's very stiff. So suitable for, you know, doing light runs outside, but would not be very practical, I think, on a Christmas tree. So this is I think this is a great stringer for the tree on the inside. So this is the Tru-Tone C7 25 count light set. Great packaging. Really impressed with how these look up close. Next up, let's check out I just want to do a quick test of the of the Dura-Bulbs just to see how those look. I don't think it'll be less interesting, I think, than the C7 lights, but just as a comparison so you guys can see what the differences are. Turn this light off. So these are the two bulbs side by side. Can you tell which one is which? So this one right here in my left hand, this is the glass, like the original glass Candleglow variant. And the one on my right hand, this is the new Dura-Bulb. So this is like the polycarbonate bulb that's a little, you know, supposed to be more durable compared to the glass. If I look at them, the way that the filament kind of goes into the base there, I can see it's more fixed with like a part of the polycarbonate material there. So it's like a little bit thicker, and that's kind of that's a giveaway for me of that these are the Dura-Bulbs. Whereas the glass ones, they're kind of secured to the base with like, it looks like more of a resin, a smaller amount of resinous material. So that's kind of just like with the naked eye, how I can kind of tell them apart. But looking at them, I don't see any difference in terms of like the color or the light that they output on the bulbs. So yeah, excited to try out the Dura-Bulbs, but I think again, the big thing for me is like, how will they be affected season after season with UV light? Will that discolor them at all? Especially if they're going to release these in like multicolors, like how would that potentially affect the colors, right? Is there like a trade-off there that you're making for a more durable bulb in the form of like polycarbonate material? So we shall see. But yeah, this will do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Again, if you liked it, feel free to leave a like. Now with this, you know, these couple of products, you know, overviews or unboxings, I suppose, I'm hoping to maybe make a video once I get my Christmas tree finished with the C7 light set here, and show that off and see how that looks on the tree. That'll be cool. And then maybe also a video on how I have my outdoor lights set up as well. And the only other thing I'm thinking about is Tru-Tone is supposed to release like, again, the twinkle variant of these Candleglow ones that'll just like randomly turn on and off. And I'd really like to get my hands on a set of those and incorporate those in my outdoor lights this year if I can. So if I'm able to score those, I will, you know, do an unboxing of those, hopefully, and maybe a product review. And then they're also supposed to be coming out with the mini lights this year, which I know a lot of people are excited about. I'm not like personally like a big mini light guy, I suppose. But I figure if they do come out, I might pick up a box just to see how I think, you know, what I think about them in person. But I've always, you know, preferred the C7 and the C9 bulbs. So yeah, the twinkle lights, the mini lights, if I can get my hands on those, I'll do a review and a walkthrough. But yeah, this has been it for this video. So thanks so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.